Have you ever wondered why the more you desire something, the more obstacles seem to arise in your path? There is a profound reason for this. The universe does not grant its greatest gifts without first testing your true readiness to receive them. You visualize, affirm, meditate. You do everything right, yet life seems to conspire to challenge you even more. Bills increase when you ask for abundance. Loneliness intensifies when you seek a relationship. And that feeling that, for every step forward, you are pushed 3 steps back. But what if I told you that there is divine wisdom behind every obstacle? A higher intelligence orchestrating each challenge not to harm you, but to prepare you for something greater. Do you know the story of the diamond? It only becomes precious after intense pressure. And you, as a spiritual being in evolution, go through a similar process. The universe acts as a divine goldsmith, shaping every facet of your consciousness through specific tests. Today, I will share with you an ancient knowledge that will completely change your perspective on life's challenges. You will understand why the universe needs to test your faith, persistence, and true alignment before manifesting your deepest desires. And most importantly, you will learn how to identify these tests and, above all, how to overcome them with wisdom and expanded awareness. Because when you understand the divine purpose behind each test, your manifestation journey transforms into a saga of spiritual evolution. The 3 signs that you are being tested. The first sign is what I call negative synchronicities. This happens when you start noticing a curious pattern of seemingly negative events, all interconnected in a way that makes coincidence seem almost impossible. Imagine you have decided to manifest financial abundance. Suddenly, your car needs unexpected repairs, your phone breaks, and an unforeseen bill arrives all at the same time. The universe is not punishing you. It is testing your faith in abundance precisely when it seems furthest away. These synchronicities act as small mirrors reflecting your deepest fears. It is as if the universe is asking, do you truly trust the flow of abundance, even when everything seems to point to scarcity? The second sign is repetitive situations. Have you ever noticed how certain patterns of experiences tend to repeat in your life until you learn a particular lesson? It is as if the universe uses a time loop to teach you something essential. If you are manifesting a healthy romantic relationship, for example, you may repeatedly encounter people who bring up the same unresolved issues from your past. These repetitions are not accidents. They are invitations for healing. The universe is showing you. Look closely. There is something here that needs to be transformed before you can move forward. It is like a lesson that repeats itself until it is truly learned. The third and most intense sign is intensified challenges. This happens when what you fear the most or wish to avoid appears in an amplified way in your life. If you are manifesting confidence to speak in public, you may find yourself in situations where you have to express yourself in front of increasingly larger audiences. If you seek financial independence, you may face moments of apparent economic instability. These intensified challenges are like spiritual endurance tests. The universe is checking, are you truly ready to sustain this new frequency in your life? Just like a muscle that needs to be challenged to grow stronger, your consciousness also needs resistance to expand. But here's the secret that few understand. These signs appear most intensely when you are on the verge of a great transformation. It is as if the universe increases the pressure precisely because it knows you are about to take a quantum leap in your evolution. When you recognize these 3 signs, negative synchronicities, repetitive situations, and intensified challenges, something magical happens. You stop being a victim of circumstances and become a conscious observer of your evolutionary process. Each test becomes a gift, an opportunity to prove to yourself what you are truly capable of. And this leads us to an even deeper question. Why does the universe need to test us? What is the divine purpose behind this seemingly challenging process? Why does the universe test us? The answer to this question is rooted in one of the most fundamental laws of existence, the law of worthiness. This is not about judging who deserves something or not, but rather a natural principle of energetic alignment. It's like a frequency that must be reached before certain experiences can manifest in our reality. Think of the universe as a loving parent who doesn't hand over the car keys to a child who hasn't yet learned to drive, not out of lack of love or a desire to deprive them, but because there is a necessary process of preparation. In the same way, the universe doesn't withhold its blessings. It prepares the energetic foundation so that we can sustain them. The principle of preparation is the second fundamental aspect of this process. When you ask for a transformation in your life, the universe first checks if your internal structures are ready to support that change. It's like building a house. You can't place the roof without having a solid foundation. Many people ask for financial abundance, for example, but their limiting beliefs about money are still deeply ingrained. The universe then creates situations that bring these beliefs to the surface so they can be transmuted. It's not punishment, it's preparation. The third key element is energetic alignment. There is a specific frequency for every manifestation we want to create in our lives. The tests function as calibrators, adjusting our vibration until we reach the necessary frequency. It's a process of energetic refinement. When you understand this, you realize that tests are not obstacles, they are portals to evolution. Each challenge is carefully designed to develop exactly the qualities you will need to sustain your new reality. It's as if the universe is saying, "You want abundance? Let me test your gratitude in scarcity. You seek a deep relationship? Let's see how you relate to yourself when you are alone. You desire success? Show me how you handle apparent failures." This understanding leads us to an even deeper revelation. There are specific patterns in these tests, 5 of them in particular, that consistently appear in the journey of everyone seeking to manifest significant changes in their lives. The 5 most common tests. The first is the test of persistence, perhaps the most fundamental of all. This is when the universe seems to create an endless sequence of obstacles, as if asking, "How much do you truly want this?" It's not about brute force or stubbornness, but about maintaining your clear intention even when the path seems uncertain. Imagine someone who wants to start a meaningful project. Their first attempts may fail, people may doubt them, and resources may become scarce. The true test is not in the obstacles themselves, but in their ability to keep their vision alive in their heart, regardless of external circumstances. It's like a flame that stays lit even during the storm. The second is the test of faith, which goes far beyond religious belief. It's about trusting the process even when all physical evidence points to the contrary. The universe often removes all external support to see if your trust comes from within. It's like when you're manifesting a career change and suddenly all doors seem to close. Your bank account shrinks, opportunities disappear. The universe is testing. Is your faith based on external evidence or on a deep connection with your inner truth? The third is the test of detachment, possibly the most subtle and challenging. Here, the universe tests not only your detachment from the outcome, but also from the ways you imagine it should arrive. It's an invitation to release control and make space for divine wisdom to act. Often, when we manifest something, we create a specific mental image of how it must happen. The universe then presents completely different paths, testing our ability to recognize blessings even when they come in unexpected forms. The fourth is the test of authenticity. Here, the universe checks whether you are truly aligned with your desire or simply following external expectations. This is when your true motivations are brought to the light of consciousness. For example, you may think you want professional recognition, but the universe may show you that what you truly seek is approval. Or you may believe you want a relationship, but the test reveals that you are just avoiding solitude. It's an invitation to deep honesty with yourself. The fifth and final test is the test of gratitude, which acts as a golden seal on your manifestation journey. It is the ability to feel gratitude not just for positive outcomes, but for the process itself, including challenges and apparent setbacks. This test often appears when you least expect it, in moments of greatest difficulty. It's easy to be grateful when everything flows smoothly, but finding reasons for gratitude amid challenges? That is spiritual mastery. The fascinating thing is that these tests rarely come separately. They intertwine, creating a complex tapestry of spiritual growth. A test of persistence can also be a test of faith. A test of detachment may reveal itself as a test of authenticity. And here's a profound truth. These tests are not trials of strength, but invitations to expand your consciousness. It's not about passing or failing, but about growing through the process. Each time we face one of these tests, our ability to hold higher energy increases. But how can we know if we are truly facing a universal test, or if it's simply a sign that we should change direction? This is a crucial distinction we need to understand. How to identify a test vs. a no sign. The difference between a universal test and a no sign lies in the subtlety of the energy that accompanies them. A test always carries a quality of expansion, even if it initially feels like a blockage. It's as if there's a light at the end of the tunnel, even if it seems distant. When it's a test, you feel a constructive restlessness, an inner calling that persists despite the obstacles. Your intuition, even in the midst of challenges, whispers, "Keep going." It feels like a pressure that, although uncomfortable, is shaping you into something greater. On the other hand, a no sign comes with an energy of contraction. You feel a heaviness in your chest, a resistance that goes beyond ordinary fear. It's as if your entire being is saying, "This is not the way." The difference is subtle, but deeply perceptible when you learn to listen to your inner compass. Let's look at a practical example. Imagine you're manifesting a move to a new city. If it's a test, obstacles appear as challenges that test your commitment. Perhaps difficulties with documentation, unexpected delays, or temporary financial issues. But something inside you keeps the certainty alive that this move is the right one. A no sign, however, would manifest as a constant feeling that something is fundamentally wrong. Doors close in a definitive, not temporary way. You feel a resistance that comes from your deepest being, not from your ego or fear. The key is to develop spiritual discernment to distinguish between ordinary fear, which accompanies growth, and a genuine warning from the universe. Tests always carry a seed of transformation, while no signs carry an energy of divine protection. And once we identify that we are truly facing a universal test, the most fascinating process begins. The inner transmutation that prepares us to receive what we are manifesting. The transmutation process. Transmutation is the alchemical process that takes place within you as you navigate universal tests. It's as if each challenge were a sacred crucible, where your denser energies are transformed into higher frequencies. When you face a test with awareness, something extraordinary happens. Your internal resistances begin to dissolve. It's as if each obstacle is actually a mirror, revealing exactly where you still need to grow to align with what you want to manifest. Think of a river encountering a rock in its path. The river doesn't stop, nor does it fight against the rock. It simply finds new ways, adapts, flows. This is the essence of transmutation. It's not about forcing change, but allowing it to happen naturally through you. During this process, you start noticing subtle shifts in how you perceive reality. What once seemed like an insurmountable obstacle now reveals itself as an opportunity for growth. What you saw as a delay now appears as a necessary time for preparation. It's as if each test were a key unlocking new levels of understanding in your consciousness. You begin to realize that you are not just manifesting something external, you are becoming the person capable of sustaining this new reality. The true magic of transmutation lies in recognizing that while you thought you were simply trying to manifest something specific, the universe was actually guiding you through a deep process of conscious elevation. And it is precisely at this point that we need to talk about the practical tools we can use to facilitate this transmutation process. To go through tests with greater wisdom and awareness. Practical tools to overcome tests. The first tool is what I call the pattern journal. Every day, set aside a moment to record the challenges that appear in your life. Don't just list the events. Observe the emotions they trigger. Over time, you will begin to identify revealing patterns. These are precisely the patterns the universe is helping you transmute. Imagine writing down everything you feel when an obstacle arises. After a few weeks, you notice that whenever a growth opportunity appears, the fear of rejection emerges. This insight is valuable. It shows exactly where inner work needs to happen. The second tool is the observer's practice. Instead of reacting immediately to challenges, pause for a moment and place yourself in the position of an observer of your own experience. Ask yourself, what lesson is this moment bringing me? What part of me is being invited to grow? The third tool is the daily alchemy ritual. Every night before sleeping, visualize each challenge from your day transforming into light. See every obstacle as a raw stone turning into a crystal. This practice is not just symbolic. It helps your subconscious reprogram how you perceive tests. The fourth tool is the transmutation breath. When you feel overwhelmed by a test, inhale deeply for 4 seconds, hold for 4, exhale for 4, and hold for 4 again. Repeat this 4 times. This breathing pattern activates your parasympathetic nervous system, bringing mental clarity and emotional balance. The fifth and most powerful tool is the readiness declaration. Every morning, declare out loud, "I am ready to receive today's tests as disguised blessings. Each challenge brings me closer to my true essence." This declaration sets a vibrational frequency that aligns your consciousness with the higher purpose of the tests. Remember, these tools are not meant to avoid tests, but to navigate them with greater awareness and wisdom. It's like having a map on a challenging journey. The path remains the same, but you travel it with more clarity and purpose. And when you start applying these tools consistently, something extraordinary happens. The tests don't stop appearing, but the way you respond to them transforms completely. You shift from being reactive to being creative in the face of challenges. This shift in perspective is, in itself, a sign that you are ready to receive the manifestations you have been seeking. When you understand that each test is a gift from the universe, a profound transformation occurs in your consciousness. They are no longer obstacles in your path. They become steps in your spiritual evolution. Think about all the tests you have faced up until now. Each one has left a mark, a lesson, an expansion within you. And here is the deepest truth. You would not have become who you are today without them. The challenges you are facing now are exactly what you need for your next level of expansion. The universe does not make mistakes. Each test is perfectly calibrated for your current growth. Remember, when the universe seems to be saying no, it is often really saying not yet, or there is a better way. The key is to keep your heart open and your consciousness expanded, trusting that divine wisdom is always working in your favor. And the next time you encounter a test, take a deep breath and ask yourself, what part of me is being invited to grow here? What gift is hidden within this challenge? Because in the end, it is not the manifestations themselves that transform your reality. It is who you become in the process of deserving them. Every test you overcome is proof that you are ready for a new level of experience, a new dimension of consciousness. And so, with gratitude and wisdom, you continue your journey, knowing that each test brings you one step closer to your true essence, to your highest expression.